yourself up a little bit. Okay. There's nobody going to tell me.
Hold on. Selfie time, real quick.
But I'm glad that he's doing what he's doing. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I did see something online or on the news where how when he was talking about people hating on it and shifting gears. So I did see something online about that. So it fell into.
And this is somebody that's proven. This is somebody like usually you have people that. Usually you'll have people that really have no money trying to do stuff like this, and then you got to question their intentions. Like, well, how much money is this are you going to pocket? But when somebody like him, he's got his comfortable house out in LA. He drives a brand new Mercedes. It's not like he's hurting for money. Yeah, of course.
Could you stop interrupting?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Dang.
That's what he does. You haven't gotten that yet.
Oh yeah, I sat with him an hour and a half last week. He had put the Raiders slide off the stage. You gotta watch it. She slid out. Remember how she slid out the chair? She did.
I had to pick her off.
He did. He said, "Get off the stage."
I had to do some. What's the Steve guy, Steve Wilkos? Get off my stage. Get out. Get off my stage.
But anyway, what I want to say is I'm on Facebook now, and that pig looked really good.
Oh yes.
And your friend that was here, the one that got shot,
it'd be a cool way if you can actually do that
from
over there.
Mine, and he said, "I know that man. I know that man. That's my neighbor. That's my neighbor." Doing it remotely. And then because I was watching the show after, and he saw him, and he said, "That was my neighbor. That was my neighbor."
We're live.
Yeah, I watched the episode when he talked about what happened to him. That was really sad. That was crazy.
Yeah, my talking voice.
That was crazy. But anyway, so next week when everybody's here, I want you guys help me fundraise. My grandson has now been accepted into a second boarding school. So he's leaving August 19th for Valley Forge Military Academy.
Guys, over here.
College prep, getting out of Rochester. Yay, not cheers. So I have a GoFundMe.
You gotta be over there for that.
Find out eventually.
You gotta run fast and be over there.
So we need to raise money for him. Yeah, because he's a little boy whose dad was murdered here in Rochester when he was 18 months old.
Scholarship and stuff like that?
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow how much money we're getting.
Freaking light.
Anyway.
Cool. All right, we'll talk.
I want to show.
So wait, no. You go up there then. All right, we're gonna do this.
What?
He's gonna join you up for a minute.
All right.
We're gonna say goodbye to Mike.
Let's say goodbye to Mike. We want to say the nice way. We want to say get the hell out of here, Mike.
And here's the thing. I'm saying that we don't necessarily have to worry so much about time. Let's be more relaxed.
You know, we never really do. No, we never do. But I mean, I know they gotta be some.
We don't have to like try to hit too hard. Now that you're back, we can relax.
Yeah, we can relax now.
It's been rough.
I know.
It's been really kind of bad.
I know. But we can do the dating. We'll do
you're gonna make me fall here.
They could be done. They can get out of here and we're good.
I thought that my chair was gonna go back.
Stuff to do too, so I don't want to take your time.
We're streaming. They're live. And I need to.
Live?
Yeah, we're not gonna necessarily worry about that. Are we live or not? We're live. Mike, get up on stage, would you?
Mike, get over here, Mike.
Don't go forward unless you are ready to go back.
Yo, Mike. Hey, yo, Mike. Hey, yo, Mike. Hey, yo, Mike. Hey, yo, Mike.
Say like Mike Tyson.
What? You got it? All right, thank you.
Say it like Mike Tyson.
All right, we're... Hey, yo, Mike. Hey, yo, Mike. Hey, yo, Mike.
All right. I think we're almost back live. All right, there's a little bit longer of a break, but we had some good conversations out there.
Cut his mic.
Yeah, seriously, cut his mic off.
No, wait, no. No, this is for Mike. All right.
No, that's the mic. Get off of
Just
it.
be quiet.
I'm gonna
All right.
my glasses.
So when we get down, are we going to get down to Atlanta sometime soon here?
Well, who?
Because we've got a friend in the house from Atlanta. I'm thinking we should maybe go to Atlanta, right?
ATL.
Hey now.
Where?
I think our path to Detroit leads through Atlanta, New York City, Vegas.
I can't stand your airport. That's
and then
I can't stand that airport.
I love it.
I can't stand it. I like how they drop you off and they say you got to be in that terminal in 30 minutes, and it takes you an hour and a half. That's a city, man.
They have good food.
Yeah, they do.
Every time I go there, there's this one guy that's in these jumper thins. They're like round, and he's working out. He works out in the airport. His calves are as big as this damn jug right here.
All right, so on this, so we got to say goodbye to Mike tonight. We've been doing this all week, and so pretty much. Would you just quiet? I'll take you out. No,
you already said goodbye. Then can we do this?
But it's taking longer.
I do need to explain something to you, Tag. Perhaps you don't understand the difference between producer and talent.
We're the talent.
You're the talent,
We are the talent.
and what am I?
You're taking them time. That's what you are.
They called me the producer.
Go ahead, produce.
Thank you. I'm trying. I just need him to remember whose show it is.
Produce.
It's Julio's show, and you tried taking it over for 2 weeks, all right?
Oh, rip shot.
All right. So we got Mike going away. I've got a video that I'm trying to queue up from his girlfriend in Detroit. No kidding. That's why it sucks that he's leaving. But I really thought tonight before he goes, we probably should kind of make a goal as to when we're going to get to Detroit and do this.
I have a question. Chuck, I have a question.
That would be sweet.
How long we been doing it? How many months
I'll
has it
start
been
working
now?
on it when I
How many months? It's like 4 months. 4 months?
Has it been 4?
Yeah, we started, it was like February, March, yeah, February 16th, I believe. It's been about 4 months. Do you have an are you following what's going on online? You know, we average right now over 4 hours of viewing per day on YouTube.
All because of
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, that's getting out there, so yeah.
All of the
I mean, that when you start, I mean, you think about it, that's pretty, you know, and that's, you know, it adds up. So anyways, with that, let me cue up Mike's thing here.
It's over for sure. Fuck.
Oh, wait.
I just...
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Well, they won't see it. You're gonna have to pull it up, put it on the thing there, and we'll try to get it so that Mike can
You really
hear
gonna leave?
this.
You really gonna leave?
Mike, do I actually?
Look at him. I don't know if I should leave.
No, we're in trouble when you leave. When you leave, that one time, that one week you were gone, oh my God.
I
Me and Jose looked at him the whole time.
I learned.
No, they're fine.
Who did you cross train for this?
Here we go.
Nobody. They have no succession plan in
All
place.
right.
They
We
know how
do
to
need
work
to make
it.
sure there
Tim's
is sound
software.
to this one. Do you have?
YouTube
Wait,
is-
which one is the media computer?
Mine.
No, the audio.
That one here.
Right. Which one is the audio for the
13.
13? Please turn on 13. All right, because it's the only you won't be able to see it, but you should be able to hear this. No. Just actually turn my thing up, would you? Make sure we can hear
Turn
this.
your thin up.
Karaoke.
Whoa.
There's karaoke going on.
All right, hold on. What is that noise? Is that noise upstairs? Let's see if we can hear this. All right.
My name is Shayna.
Who's that?
I don't know if I can.
Okay. Now,
Detroit?
What did she
She's
say?
making funny faces.
well, hold on. Yeah, I need this to
Is she
actually
on
play.
live right now?
Is she live?
No. She made a video. I asked her to send some encouraging words for you to come back to Detroit. I mean, I can read you what I sent her. It's on Facebook. It's not like
Okay,
it's,
get on with it, Chuck.
So
We have a
I'm
long
trying,
show
but you keep
here.
talking. All right, do we have sound yet? All right. So this was what
But
she
this
sent.
is what it's. Hi. My name is Shayna. I don't know if I can do this because this is weird.
WTF.
Don't really know what to say. But this is what you're coming back to Michigan for. Hi, I'm Shayna.
Do the whole thing like that?
So, anyways,
What's the story behind that?
I guess I could read it to
talking
you
like Chuck.
specifically. I asked, well, if I have word for it, but basically I reached out to his girlfriend and I said, hey, you know what? We're going to miss Detroit. We're going to miss, Mike. And it's become kind of a thing amongst our group that left, like Tommy and those guys, that we kind of start sharing videos. I said, so, could you share a video that made him feel welcomed and, like, give him something to look forward to because he's leaving here and it's going to be painful? I want him to feel good coming home. And that's what she sent.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be just fine. I'll see you in 4 months.
Listen, real talk. Hey, hold on, real talk. Mike has been behind the boards, making sure that all this technical stuff has been happening for this show for over 4 months.
Yes.
And Mike, not for nothing, I mean, we are all part of this in our own way. But if one link falls off, we're all weak. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know how we're gonna fill your shoes, and I appreciate.
Yeah, I second that emotion.
That's twice now for Texas.
Just generally freaking out right now, to be honest.
What is that?
The first one was the 5.
See, you keep understanding that I am not an asshole like that. I play the asshole, but I'm a really genuine, nice guy. And I appreciate what Mike has done for us. I appreciate the time that you make for us here.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to be here in the next couple of weeks, so he's not going to show you that much of a picture.
No, when we get on with our show, I'm going to be back to my asshole.
All right. Now, just all right. So, in reality, this is what she sent.
For you. I don't
Okay.
know.
Can't hear it.
Can we hear it?
So I know that the path that you were on with Udicci
All right, let me start it over.
and making all
Come on. I want to start over.
your friends and your brother.
All right. So this is
guy. See what
YouTube
see what
player.
you leaving us with?
Giving me a pain right in the butt. All right.
Okay, so I was asked to make a video for you. I don't really know what to say, but I'm going to do my best. So I know that the path that you were on with Udicci and making all your friends and your brothers and just all the wonderful things that have come out of this road that you were on has been great. And I know now that change and going on a new road that God is leading you on can be a little hard and sad, but on a positive note, you're moving back to Michigan with me. And you'll have your family and your friends and your nieces and your nephews, and you'll get to watch them grow and hang out with your brother and your parents. So it's all positive, good things. And I am excited for you, and I know that we will still get to talk and be a part of Udicci, and I am going to encourage that for you because I know that you're still passionate about it. But just know that the road that God has led you on is a good thing and a good change. My favorite verse is Romans 8:28. All things come together for good to those that love God, to those that are called according to His purpose. So I know that this is a great blessing. I love you, and I will see you soon.
You got a twin sister?
I feel comfortable letting you go to Detroit now. Yay.
He'll be back. There's nothing in Detroit
Thank
but
you,
4.
Sheena.
I mean, he seriously is moving from the 3rd poorest city in the nation to the 2nd poorest, but that ain't none of my business.
Like, you're going down. You're like down. Like,
I moved here from there and then back.
So he made it as poor as it is. Now he's leaving.
you know, he has the opportunity to buy a lot of land very cheap over there now.
See how it works?
That's what I heard.
So,
Very cheap.
thanks again, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate
And just real quick, Mike. Just remember, Mike. I'm gonna have quiz time. What was the verse?
Romans 8:28.
Romans 8:28 that says what?
Rim shot.
I'll watch the video.
Don't put him on a spot like that. Really?
What's that?
No, really?
It's all things. All
I tell you
things.
what color shirt are you wearing?
All things work to the good.
Oh, okay.
Right? Of those who walk according to God's purpose.
Purpose.
That's tonight's show.
Yes.
So Sheena was the inspiration for our last show as you send us away.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. And now we can start the Real Talk 360 portion. After we did those very heartwarming goodbyes.
We're gonna feel the
and
pain next week.
We are gonna miss.
We're gonna feel the pain next week.
But I'm looking at. We should be in Detroit. We should be in Detroit in the next couple months.
We're gonna have to take the show over
Yeah,
there
we'll go
just to make it
Detroit.
happen,
Yeah,
right?
we'll go to Detroit.
Down for a road
We'll go to
trip.
Detroit.
get away with something. If you like start
You can't come in our show like this.
Listen,
you start the show, right? Every now and then, think you go, hey, cut right there. Every place you think would be a fun place to cut, let us know, and we'll start trying to get those segments that are a little more fun broken down instead of the entire thing. So if you think that's good shit, cut. Let us know.
all right.
Got it? You follow it? 'Cause we're starting to do it.
Cut right
Yeah,
there.
cut right there. Make sure you shut the show in.
Cut right there. But I got you.
Next time you come in my show, I'm gonna wing chun you.
So, welcome back to Real Talk 360. Another week, another episode. Joined by the lovely Veronica Dasher from SmoochingFrogs.com, and of course the very manly Ricardo Nieves, and me, little old me. But we're here. We're here to make it happen. Before we get into the stuff from last week, this week we have a great show. Like I promised the viewers, we've got presidents in the house. Presidents.
We've had champions.
Now we have presidents.
Now we have presidents.
So we're gonna have presidents in the house. president of the Puerto Rican Festival, Orlando Ortiz, and president of the parade, Puerto Rican Parade of Rochester, Gina Cruz, as well as Sylvia Gonzalez Mendez. I don't even know which was her last name anymore. Because it's Mendez, it's Gonzalez. I don't have any idea. But it's Sylvia. We're going to have her on as well. She's also part of the board. She does the communications and media relations. And we're going to try to bring some good stuff. And we're going to talk about the spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet.
I can't wait to hear about this infamous spreadsheet.
Oh, and don't forget about
and Tinder, because I want to know. I'm about to get on Tinder.
No, I see that shit on Steve Harvey. What's going on?
We're gonna talk about that.
I seen that episode. I was at home from work. It's rare that I go home to work from lunch, and I actually caught that episode.
So we're gonna talk about that later on. We're gonna talk all about that. So we're gonna get there. Last week we had a great show. For all those that tuned in, and if you didn't tune in, you can go to Udicci.TV.
Champion was here.
We had Roland Williams up here spreading the word and the knowledge of a great initiative. So make sure you guys that are watching right now, go to www.helprochesterboys.org. Donate your time, donate your money, donate both. We need you to do that, because that's
at least your time.
What it's all about. At least $10. If you don't have $10 and you're an adult, you have a problem. I'm sorry. You have a problem, because really, and you'll be the same person that'll be at the bar talking about, I be popping bottles. I pop bottles. Don't have $10 to spend on a worthy cause.
Personally, as opposed to the money, I think it's more important for people to spend time, because here's the thing: there are a lot of programs, and Tag, you mentioned this before. There are so many programs that are in Rochester, and there's a lot of money that goes into it. But what we need is the outreach, and we need people to put their time.
Take that step and be. So don't talk about being a leader. Be a leader.
Be a leader. Go out there. Be a foot soldier. Because quite frankly, money. I mean, you can get money from a lot of different places. You know. But people need to dedicate their time to these boys, and that's what they need. So
absolutely. So time or money, just do something. Don't talk about it, be about it. It's real talk. And we'll keep moving along from there. So real quick, hashtags. I want to start off the hashtags, and I wore the shirt. I very rarely wear the same shirt twice in 1 week, but I had to this.
Yeah, you wore it. I
had to this
Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Well, you bought it. You bought it Saturday.
Hashtag. Hashtag these cats been out here 25 years.
Well, for those who don't know who they are, I can speak more about them than anybody.
Real quick, I don't need to know the entire history.
It's a graffiti crew called From Up Above that started way back in the early 90s. I was part of the original crew, and we started with tagging bombs, and it turned into graffiti masterpieces, and they come a long way through differences, through ups and downs, or whatever. They're still together, and nothing but praise to them. God bless them. Listen, I love how one day Rain said it. Go down Clinton, you can see my coloring book.
Exactly.
And
I think that's important, regardless of how you view it. Graffiti is an art form.
It is.
I would love for the average person to grab a spray can and put up what these guys put up. Some of the stuff that you're seeing around
now,
here.
when you're talking about paper and canvas, even that size right over there, that's pretty tough. But when you're talking about a 30-foot by 80-foot wall, come on, man, it's impressive. It's impressive.
Is that
I don't care.
Your nickname?
Actually, my nickname, no, that's another story.
That's going to be a whole nother story. So we'll save that one. But definitely want to give shouts out to them. Hashtag FWA, hashtag 585. They are so Rochester.
And hashtag South Soul on Friday. I came to the event for Real Talk.
Say it again.
Hashtag South Soul. I came down here and y'all had me dancing.
What is South Soul, by the way?
South Soul is Real Talk 360's Latin music night. Did I get that right? That Julio and Tag put on, and it was a good time. There was a nice crowd here. People were dancing, no drama, just lots and lots of fun. So if you have
a good time,
I had a great time.
She even drove me out to dance, and my feet were killing me. But I hung on there for a little bit until she started to lead. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna lead me. It's not gonna happen. The man leads.
So hashtag good events put on not for the sole purpose of money. Like, I didn't want to go there. But things happen. I think when you do things just to get people to smile and have a good time, then that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the band was
real nice. Oh, the girl with the freaking flu. She killed me. Yeah. She killed it, period.
Hashtag the 90-pound girl with the flu.
90 pounds what?
90 pounds, 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And she
killed
jammed.
it. She
Oh,
killed
she was
it.
jammed.
I had to give her a shout out when I came up here with the mic. I'm like, she killed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the dude, the guy, who runs the xylophone.
The xylophone, oh yeah.
Man, it was beautiful. Had a good time.
Hashtag Flatiron. They're there tonight.
Is it tonight?
Unidos.
It's Thursday.
They're there tonight. So if you're out and about, Flatiron on Lyle, go check them out.
I want to give a hashtag shout out. Our man Jose that co-hosted with me.
Hashtag good luck.
Well, you know what? They're having a good time out there right now. So
Vegas?
have a good time out there, guys.
Too much temptation there. I would have thought somewhere on the beach, secluded. But that's good.
Yo, hashtag, what the hell was going on the past few days with this I'm So Rochester thing?
You know what? I
wanted to join in, but there was
I want to
too
talk
many
about it
of
real
them.
quick, though, because there's people that were kind of talking junk about it. And the first thought that came to my mind is if you're talking junk about it, you must have had a very boring 1990s and 80s in this city.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, who doesn't... I see so much. I am so depressed because my man left me. I'm so happy because he's back. I'm so upset because he left me again. I'm so pissed because this. So I see so much stupidity on Facebook that to have people talking about stuff like the old clubs.
I had to
have people talking
hashtag
about
whoever started it. You got nothing but respect for me.
It started in another city.
I don't know
and then
who
I think
did
what
it.
happened was because Facebook is linked. It's 5 degrees
Absolutely.
of separation. I think it just carried on. Because
that was great.
Everywhere.
Every time I wanted to say, actually, I was like, first of all, I'm like, whatever. But I'm like, every time I rest, I'm I related to every one of those posts, every one of them.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Is that you could relate to it, you could talk about it. When they were talking about heaven and they're talking about corredores, del mal.
Oh, that's one. You said skating, pandemonium. They were talking about everything.
I could only go back to 93. So anything before
I go back to,
I can't go because I wasn't living here. So there's no way I can talk about it.
But everybody mentioned, I completely related with. So hashtag much love to everybody.
Yeah, and it was positive.
It was.
Right? You ended up doing it too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was kind of like tag at first. I said hashtag I'm So Rochester. I remember going to Freddy's before it was Shahari's. Remember that on Genesee and Arnett?
I don't.
I hear crickets.
Thank you.
I hear crickets.
You do? Okay.
She knows.
Okay.
If you grew up on the west side, you want.
All right.
She's like, West Side.
You know what I'm talking
Sorry,
about.
but we east side.
You know what's one of the funniest ones I saw though? I saw one that was so funny. Tony put up hashtag I'm so Rochester that I used to run 10 lights per day without getting a ticket. Because now you run a red light.
Yeah.
You get a ticket.
Oh, I'd say
so I was like, that was pretty cool because right now you stop at that light no matter what.
Yeah.
And there was a time when you didn't even care. Just run right.
See, I'm gonna mess people up. I'm gonna go back into my mom's and my aunts and my grandmother's photo albums. I got pictures from the Flambos from way back when me and my brother were little kids. I'm gonna kill everybody with them. I don't know if you know where your father lives right now. Yeah. There used to be this crazy metal statue. We don't know what the hell it was. Mm-hmm. The metal one that was there in the middle, right in front. When you walk out the building, right to the right. It's not there anymore. It's been gone for years. But we took pictures in front of all that stuff. I mean, our benches were broken. You can catch a splinter in your ass real quick. I mean, I'm so Rochester. I remember that.
It was real. So, real quick, Facebook shout outs. What are people doing? Tim Maslin is looking for somewhat real talent on Real Talk 360.
Dang!
Yo, not for nothing, for those people that keep posting up these stupid idiot fights of people fighting, you're just as ignorant as they are.
I hide them.
I can't stand you, and not for nothing, I'm not the one to unfriend people, but I'm getting close to that feeling. Stop being so damn negative. Life is too short.
Let me see. Elizabeth Rosa, who's one of our fellow board members, she wrote at Walmart, child asked a female adult, maybe mom, can I have chips? Female, I don't have enough money. Well, sure, she has enough money for the 12-pack of Coronas. So I don't have enough for a bag of chips, but has enough for the 12-pack of Coronas.
I want to give a shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. If I was as popular back then as I is today, as I was.
Yeah, but he's not.
I would have easily done that and gotten involved with the MMA. Ooh. That would have been interesting. Jessica Colon, they're in late with friends and family. Cool.
What you like? Anything?
50 Shades of Grey trailer.
Oh, I seen that. I seen that.
You know what?
They should have went with the guy from Sons of Anarchy, but he turned it down because of his scheduling.
And you're gonna watch it. You won't watch Frozen, which is a kids movie, but you're gonna watch 50 Shades of Grey, a porn. You're gonna watch a porno, and women are going crazy over this porno. But if you put porn on for a woman, oh my God, that's so.
Put it this way: I'm gonna treat it the same way I treated I'm gonna treat it the same way I treated Brokeback Mountain. I'm gonna start the first few minutes. If I don't like it, I'm not giving it a chance.
Yeah, but you ended up raving about that movie.
Actually, Johnny did.
Ever.
Johnny said he actually shed a tear.
Okay.
I was saying that on TV. Johnny was like, "It's a good story." Like my ass.
Real quick on that whole my boy, I'm so Bronx. I remember the first skate key, which I can relate.
Oh, there was Tony's. There was
Tony's Avenue.
You said about
there you go. There you go. Damn, the top 5 most likely to murder somebody. Hold on, real quick. The top 5 to most likely murder somebody. Aries,
why is Scorpio on there?
Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius,
no.
Virgo, and Cancer.
Damn.
I kill people all the time, but they're in my dreams.
Us Cancers are the most sensitive, sweet.
I don't care. I love people, man.
And I don't understand how Virgos got on there.
So are you a Virgo?
Yo, Bass.
So look at this.
Bass, I love his. I'm so righteous. I lived on Clifford Avenue when Edison Tech was there. Dude, you were little, but you didn't go there. But I know what you're talking about. Remember when
Edison was on Clifford?
What?
Oh my God.
And then those new houses, they've been there for like 20-something years. That was an open lot. I actually got busted there one time. It was an open lot. That was the first Edison right there.
All right.
Wow.
All right, so that's what I'm talking about. We sold Rochester that we Real Talk 360.
Rochester's been through a lot of changes, man.
And
if someone hasn't been here in 20 years, they come back and be like, where's Marty?
Well, that's how the Bronx is. The Bronx is the same way. I go back now and I don't recognize parts of the Bronx. You know, I need the abandoned cars. I need the red tops, the green tops on the corners. You don't see none of that no more. Everything's clean.
Dude, we went back and even you didn't know how to do the damn Metro card. That way everything changes.
Well, we had tokens.
Token,
or do we put a token?
Here.
No, we walk and we push the metal bar back and then we squeeze.
Yeah.
And we get right in.
Oh, not no more. But back then over here was a 10-cent transfer with a little piece of paper that ripped off the bus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you better hold on to that then.
Yeah,
but you know what? Like, I think I respect the fact that in New York, like, kids get in the subway for free. It's like an unknown known. You just make your kids go underneath the thing, and slide the car, and you go through.
Did you see our pictures from New York City?
No.
I'm sorry, but I was tripping. I was having a good time. When I took like 7, maybe 10 bum pictures. Every time I see him bum sleeping, I would go next to him like this.
Oh.
Did you see Orlando?
If you follow Facebook,
I'm like, yo, take a picture. And he's like, what you doing? I'm like this.
Check out his pictures.
I can't.
If you were sleeping on the bench, I go next to you like this. And take a picture. Check out my picture. I just uploaded like 250 of them.
All right,
check them out. Check them out.
They're
on
not
Facebook.
all bum pictures, but
and I'm pretty sure anybody that's watching right now is friends with Tag because everybody is friends with Tag.
Because I love people.
So just go on there.
That thing about people murdering when Scorpio was number 2 on there. What the hell was that?
Cancer was on there. What's sensitive?
No, I love you. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm gonna cry over that post.
No, I you know what? I'm gonna boycott.
And then
that
I'm gonna
post.
go murder somebody for posting.
I'm gonna murder the person that did that.
Who posted it? I'm gonna murder them.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you.
Them.
Want to talk about dying? You're dead. Hashtag you're dead.
But real quick though, on a serious note, because we have people waiting that have been waiting for a long time, and I appreciate the patience. But we are Boricua, and an African American young lady. But we are Boricua.
You're Puerto Rican.
We're basically Boricua. We'll never run on time, but we are going to run on time now from this moment on. So we're so Rochester. We're going to have the president of the Puerto Rican Festival. So that way we can talk about the Puerto Rican Festival and everything that goes on with the festival. So for all of you out there that are screaming, bring Mark Anthony.
No.
Why don't you bring Prince Royce? We'll get some of those questions answered. But even better yet, for all of those that are always complaining, you'll get a little bit of an inside information as to why it is so difficult. Because it's easy when you're looking at it. But when you're actually doing it, it's not that easy. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the Puerto Rican Day Parade here in Rochester and the amount of energy that is exhausted to put that together as well. Because once again, people think it's easy until you actually do it. If you don't do it, then you're always going to play Monday morning quarterback. Anybody, right? Tag does it all the time.
Why did I do that, by the way?
Why didn't Ben go this way? Why didn't Ben go this way? Everybody could do that, but actually get in the position and do what you have to do. So we're going to talk about those things. With no further ado, Orlando, let's have you up real quick. I know you got softball coming up. So we're going to get you in, we'll get you out, and we'll do what we have to.
Ben Roethlisberger is bad, man.
You want to sit next to me?
He's good.
Did you say Ben Roethlisberger?
I say he's good, yeah.
He's an awesome quarterback.
Yes, he is.
Went to the Super Bowl 3 times.
You clearly don't follow football.
He's a running quarterback.
For his size, He's I mean, he gets a lot accomplished.
He's
but don't talk about Tony Romo. I mean, Tony Romo, because he's here.
Yeah, real quick. We're not gonna talk football. We can talk that all day as well.
Because Orlando gets sensitive.
Yeah, Orlando is a Dallas fan. It happens to everybody.
I know quite a few.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But thanks for the hashtag. Thanks for the shout out for Big Ben.
Yeah, Ben's good.
Oh my.
You trying to score brownie points, girl? I see
All
that.
right. Well, you trying to take a picture? All right, cool.
1, 2, 3. You're so righteous, so you remember what?
Oh, it's video now?
You threw me off.
We're so Rochester, we know what Udicci.TV is.
Yes. Oh, that's 20 years.
We'll say that for 20 years from now.
We're gonna have that. But real quick on a serious topic, Orlando Ortiz.
Give a round of applause, first of all.
Puerto Rico Festival.
We got his time here. This man is very busy.
So we are going to basically talk about what is the Puerto Rican Festival of Rochester. Tell us.
For those
touch base.
Touch base with the history. Give us some little history background for those who don't know. The Puerto Rican Festival, what it means to this community, how long it's been around compared to other communities in the country.
Well, this year's our 45th annual.
Don't look at me. They're over
Hashtag 45.
45.
Yeah, we started in 1969.
And he was about 10.
Yeah, right.
I don't think none of us were born.
Hashtag I was not born.
None of us were born. None of us were born. Domingo Martinez, right?
Yep.
When
and
he
a
was
few
one of
other
the,
people.
one of the, yeah, there was a group of them.
Yep, there was a group of folks that felt the need to kind of reinstate what the culture of Puerto Rico in Rochester. They had recently moved to Rochester, and they felt the need to have that the Puerto Rican culture. They felt nostalgic about the things that they had experienced in Puerto Rico and wanted to make sure that they created something here in Rochester. So it's been a great tradition in Rochester.
Absolutely.
And it's something that every year people look forward to. A lot of families come from out of town, come in, they schedule their vacations to come to Rochester around the Puerto Rican Festival. So it's an honor to be able to serve this community and keep the festival going.
Now, here's the thing. I got so many freaking questions. I can just start off. The festival's been around for 45 years. It started out by a group of people. It's had some history. I remember in the festival when I was a kid was 7 days in the park, in Brown Square Park, and all that. As compared to other Puerto Rican festivals, is this the second, the first? How many? I mean, I've been to the New York City Parade. The first one I've been to. That's a parade. That's not a festival. This is a festival. How many other festivals are in the country?
Well, in the country, there's a lot of them, and over time the names have changed. We've really remained
stability-wise
as the Puerto Rican Festival.
Is this the longest one you think?
The longest that I've known. Actually, there's one that I think has one more year than us.
Okay.
But like the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City, I think they're like 49 years or something like that. What is it? Yep. So they have a few more years on us, but as a true Puerto Rican festival, we're up there.
Absolutely.
So and I think for the most part they're either 1 day festivals or 3 day festivals. I think it's hard to come by to get even.
What is the
more
difference
than 3
when you
days.
title it a festival and a parade? A parade is when you parade down the street and you go festive. A festival is when that's over days, what I'm saying?
And we have the luxury of having both in Rochester.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of other cities, they just have either a parade or the
I remember
festival.
as a little kid in Clinton,
That's
in the flowers, everybody came out their houses. That was a big thing when I was little. I'm like, my grandmother wake us up, we're in bed, like, go out watching them, and we watch them. It was an amazing thing, man.
So as president, obviously.
And how long, by the way, have you been president now?
This is my 6th year as president, and this is actually my 10th festival. So it's been a while that we've been working together. Not only myself.
It's real easy, huh?
I got a good board behind me.
It's real easy to do that.
Of course,
that's an easy job, huh?
Not only that, but for all the people out there, it's one of the highest paying jobs in Rochester.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, this guy makes 7 figures, not 6.
$0.99.
Yeah. You get negative. You put in for time, right?
Now you got to place a decimal in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's all volunteer.
It's an all volunteer board. There's about 11 of us that put it together, including yourself, Julio. He's our volunteer coordinator for the first year. So we also want to give Julio a shout out.
Shout out for that.
For joining. So if anybody want to volunteer,
He's already got me the freaking dunk tank. I'm done.
I'm almost done with the schedule, but you already know how us Latinos are. I'm still making some changes.
Yeah, but
yes, reach out, please.
But there's definitely a good group behind us to put this event together. There's a lot of moving parts, for the year of planning. We do plan, for the year round. We finish at the festival next week. August 1st through the 3rd, and then we're already planning for the year after. Yeah, absolutely.
You got to use strategic planning.
Absolutely. So,
go ahead.
So, people always think that, you start planning a couple months before. No, this thing is year round, and it's a true testament to the board, who's all volunteer, to be able to put this on together and meet on a constant basis.
Yep. And we do meet on a constant basis. Lately, more than usual.
Well, as it comes close to the day, absolutely.
I'm adjusting to it, but it is, and to kind of just attest to what he's saying, it is a great board. It's a great group of people. The number one reason why I, first of all, applied to be on the board, because Orlando didn't come to me one day over a beer. They said, hey, I'm going to put you on the board. You want to get there? A lot of people think that that's how it works. Oh, well, you know each other. Get on the board. No, I had an interview, sit there and have people that I know interview me amongst other candidates, and had to go through the process. For any of you that are interested in doing it, that's what it takes. It takes you taking the initiative. You can't just think, I'm going to wait till my cousin takes over the festival and then I'm going to be there. Yeah. It's not that easy, and these people do work hard. Great group of people work hard at what they're doing for zero pay. Zero pay. You talked about the events, right? Mm-hmm. You talked about it as a year-long thing. So what other things are done throughout the year besides the festival?
Well, one of the things that as a board, when I came on as president, we were, at that time, we were just a weekend organization. I looked at it as we're the Puerto Rican Festival Incorporated. We're not just Puerto Ricans during the one weekend a year and then celebrate and that's it. So one of the things that we did, we started doing events year-round. So we have parrandas in January. We have a wine tasting pair with Puerto Rican cuisine in March timeframe. We have a Latino Film Festival in September. And then we obviously have the Puerto Rican Festival, the 5K race, and
the comedy event.
We finish it off with comedy show. And I was going down the order, man.
Oh, I thought you was leaving it out. I'm trying to make sure you don't forget nothing.
Now, my favorite one of all, besides the festival, is the comedy show in October, November timeframe. And part of that was just to try and connect with the community year round and maintain the festival, obviously, in a positive image, rekindle some of the relationships with a lot of the community that may not necessarily attend the festival, but we'll go to support a comedy show, a film festival, a wine tasting.
Do you see any other events possibly happening?
I have a ton of events that I would like to do. However, we want to make sure that whatever event we do, we tie it to the mission of the festival. As we continue growing, a lot of events, people say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? We take them all to the board and really talk about it and say, how does this fit within the mission of the festival? Of course, we want to make sure we keep in mind my board's time and effort. We are volunteer.
Oh yeah, it's volunteer.
So
you don't want to
if we're doing events year round, that's a little bit more challenging, and that's why we've tried to create those signature events and create those months that every year in March we're gonna have the wine tasting. Every year in January we'll have this, or and for the comedy show we'll do it in October, November timeframe, so that people can look forward to and and really plan for that.
What are some of the events that you have at the festival every year? Tell us about it.
So, we have children's activities. We have, obviously, the entertainment is what people, come out for. We have a lot of souvenir shops. We have, boxing. On Sunday, youth boxing. We got the food that obviously everybody loves.
How many kioscos of food? Because there's there's so many of them.
We have 5 this year, and it averages between 4 to 6. So the food is always great. The entertainment. We have a lot of cultural groups that come out and
you got the
dance.
domino tournament.
We got the domino tournament. Obviously the 5K race.
You can't forget about the 5K race.
No, we can't.
It's in honor of your brother.
That's correct. This is our 5th year having the race.
Can you touch base real quick for 1 minute?
Sure. This is our 5th annual Staff Sergeant Javier Ortiz Memorial 5K race and walk. And it's in honor of my brother who passed away in 2010 after serving in the United States Marines. He passed away in Afghanistan, and he actually ran in the first Puerto Rican festival race when we called it the first Puerto Rican festival race. So he actually ran that first year, and unfortunately a few months later he was deployed and tragically killed in Afghanistan. So since then we renamed the race in honor of my brother. And it's just been.
And you run it too.
And I run it, yeah. I mean, every
on top
year,
of all, it's funny because he does so much running around all weekend long. He starts the weekend off with like, I'm gonna run this damn race, and I'm like, dude, your ankle's gotta kill you.
And and I always feel like just representing my family.
Absolutely.
Running the race, and just something that happens every year. The first year that he ran it with me, we started together, and the time went off, and that's it. He was gone. But one of the things that I remember every year is he finished the race. He actually started running back to try and catch up with me. So he actually caught up with me. He was like, "All right, I'm just gonna finish the race with you," and we actually finished the race together.
So you ran all 5 races.
So I've run all 5 races,
wow.
Yeah. So every year when I have that last quarter mile, it's kind of like he's running with me that last quarter mile.
That's a shout out real quick to Al Burgos and Tito Antonetti, who's been working really hard on that year long.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Al Burgos, he's our race coordinator along with Tito Antonetti, and they've done a phenomenal job in keeping the race going. So it's just an honor to keep that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful story you just shared, because that's one thing I've never heard before. Mm-hmm. As well as I know you, that's got to be something that when you're at the last quarter and you're like, I'm pushing. Even though you're thinking, damn, I'm going to be running.
And people still do that every race. People still do that every race.
So that's a beautiful thing. So we've got the race, we've got the domino tournament, got the boxing, the food, festivities.
Wait.
Got everything, right?
Who's on? What's
with
the agenda?
artists?
Who's the artist?
All right. I'm glad you asked. So on Friday, August 1st.
Because mind you, I still have. Last year was my best year. I loved every freaking day.
It's hard to top that off.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to top that. But this year we got a great lineup. We have a very diverse lineup. Mm-hmm. So on Friday we're kicking it off. We have all local talent throughout the weekend as well. But our headliners on Friday, we starting with Toby Love, who's bachata, and then we also have reggaeton Zaina Lennox, who's also performing on Friday. Then on Saturday we have Domingo Quiñones and Grupo Mania. And then we're finishing off with Tito Nieves. So we have, bachata, reggaeton, merengue, salsa. So we have a good amount of artists and good diverse.
So it's a good mix. So let me ask the question that as soon as the announcement went out, all the artists automatically, I saw that person 5 times last month. I see this. Why don't they bring Mark Anthony? Why don't we bring Mark Anthony? Can you give them a little bit of insight for those that are just oblivious?
I can tell you, Mark Anthony will not perform to a small crowd like that. And our crowds are big.
2 things. Yeah. One, you're absolutely right. They some of these major artists, they don't do.
You gotta have 100,000 plus.
Well, when they could pack, Madison Square Garden for 3 days.
Well, when they go to freaking Colombia and they go on a beach and they get like 100,000 people, right. I mean that's major money for them.
So
and and money. I mean, cost. I mean, people sometimes complain about the cost of the festival, which is, $10 to see all these major artists. But unfortunately, to see Mark Anthony would not be a $10
I bet you the
festival.
whole entire budget of the festival still wouldn't even scratch the surface to get Mark Anthony.
No, absolutely.
So it'd be a nice thing, but it'd be a broke thing to do.
Speaking of that, right, when we're talking about budgets, and without going into the past and all of that, but from where the festival came when you took over to where it's at now, is the festival now at the point where it could actually breathe compared to when you took it over? What was the state of the festival?
Well, not necessarily when I took over, but I think even when I started back, 10 years ago on the board, in 2004 we were in pretty rough shape. We had just gotten a couple rainout years, so whenever there's a rainout, the next year is usually a tough year for us because all the year the money flows year to year. So if you have a bad year, then it kind of goes to the next year. But, knock on wood, things have gone very well.
Have you ever guys considered, doing a 10 again?
We have, but
because that can avoid all the tent and, the rain stuff away.
Right. But, and then, you spend all this money on the tent, and then if nothing happens, then you're...
Well, the people still be under the tent. Some people prefer the shade over the heat.
No, you're
and if they want the heat, they can go right outside the tent. And they can still watch it.
Yep.
So here we're talking about volunteer work, right? We're talking about throughout the year, meetings at the very minimum, once a month, sometimes once a week. So we're dealing with that. And then we're also dealing with maintaining a budget. So now we're also fiscally making sure that the festival is sound, because you can't just go out there and spend like, well, it's not my money, it's the festival's money. No, it's still, you have to be fiscally responsible and to make sure that next year we can have this festival, because for 45 years it's ran.
Oh yeah.
45 years it's ran. So how does
there's legacy involved.
How does that keep going?
Legacy is involved.
How do you keep that going? Like, you know, do you think you attribute it to the artist? Do you attribute it to what's being done, to maybe some areas where, you know, I know people in the past have talked about, it used to be like the whole carnival out there. Things like that, like how fiscally, like when you talk from that aspect, how do you keep this together?
Well, I think that the artist is obviously a major draw, depending on who you have every year. The weather is a huge factor. No matter who you have out there, if it rains, you know, people will be like, well, you know, I'll wait it out a little bit, you know. So, you know, it's always an issue with that. So if people show up, you know, great artists, you know, we're usually pretty good shape.
I remember one year it was Sonera Caruseles, and it started to rain.
They were
and
awesome.
I was like, don't leave. I was telling random people, don't leave. I know this band. I love them. They're from Colombia. They're
awesome.
Amazing. I'm like, don't leave. This band is no joke. This band is no joke. And people are like, really? I'm like, I'm gonna stay. I'm like, oh. I never seen so many people buy so many umbrellas over there from the concession. Umbrellas everywhere. They made a killing over there. But I told people, don't leave. I know this band, and they're killer. People love that nice salsa stuff. I was fighting it.
That adds to the whole nostalgia and the whole ambiance. If it does rain, it's like, you know what? If the artist is that good, I'm not going anywhere.
I kept telling people, because, you know,
no, we don't want rain.
They're not that well known, but they are very popular in the salsa industry. But, you know, to us Puerto Ricans, we just want the Heta La Voz, we want the Frankie Ruiz, we want big names. But when you
Frankie
hear,
Ruiz is dead.
Well, both of them are dead. But I'm just saying, when we hear names like that, that's all people think about, like Puerto Rican wise. They want to hear the big, you know, the household names. So Sonera Caruseles is not household names. But if you hear the song, like, I heard that song before. I heard that song before, and I'm telling you, they're killer. They're a killer band, and they ripped it that day.
They did.
They ripped it, and it was raining.
So as far as the rise and stuff, you know, one of my things has been to try and get, you know, the rise back.
Can I bounce off his question? Sure. What is your vision? So you can bounce off of his.
We'll talk about the rides first.
Well, that's the vision. That's part of the vision.
You know, well, you know, part of that is, you know, making it even more children-friendly event. I would love. A lot of people always say, I'm so Rochester. I used to remember rides at the festival. You know,
it was two
whatever.
parts. One rise and one entertainment.
You know, unfortunately, you know, we don't have the space right now for that. Every year we brainstorm layouts. Can we expand? Unfortunately, we don't have the space for that right now. That is something.
And you guys looked around. We talked about that.
Yeah. Every year we kind of step back and say, okay, what other locations can we have the festival? But you know, the children's area is definitely something we want to expand to.
Lock down Main Street.
I wish we could have a festival site. You know, not just for the festival, but there's a ton of festivals here in Rochester.
Absolutely.
That we can just, you know, design it to fit everybody, so we're not spending all this money every year. So when you talk about vision, that would be an awesome, you know, way to be. I would love to bring, you know, bigger and better artists. I know we already, you know, have pretty good ones.
You guys set some high bars already.
But you know, unfortunate, you know, with the space we have for the ticketed. The ticketed event that we have, you know, that's kind of, we have to make sure that we're fiscally responsible and not bringing, you know, too many big artists that, you know, then the festival will be in jeopardy. It might be good this year, but then next year, you know, we're
Orlando,
in
not
trouble.
for nothing. I travel. Julio definitely travels, and
he travels.
Yeah, so I mean, but we gone to other events and other places, and for the price that we pay and the entertainment we get back, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
So even if you raise the price and anybody complains about it, I mean, people need to start putting themselves first. Like, listen, you can go somewhere else, go to Madison Square Garden and pay $50, $60, $120 to see some of these artists, just one of them.
Or you can pay cover at a club for more than that.
Exactly.
With the risk of getting shot.
And how much is a weekend pass?
$25.
$25. Or you can pay $10 a day. They give you a $5 discount if you buy the weekend pass. And you see, last year, Jenny Rivera, Joven Blade, and Oca de Leon. Dude, he knows I was running his tent and like, yo, don't even talk to me. I'm over here. I'm watching this, you know?
Yep.
It's amazing.
So as far as like what was your last parting words with regards to the festival that you would like to get out there?
I mean, I just think, you know, we want to make sure that people come out and enjoy, as we mentioned earlier. Our payback, you know, we're all volunteer. A payback to me is, you know, me seeing the headliner go on stage everybody having a great time, us having a successful event, you know, and that's all we ask for. You know, we know that the festival is a safe event. We know people come out and enjoy, and that's all, you know, we want, you know. So we want to make sure that every year, you know, people look forward to it. You know, that we just keep taking it, you know, level up.
What do you guys average every year, by the way, attendance-wise?
We get about 7,000 people per day.
Per day?
Per day.
So 21,000 people in a weekend. And I just wanted to close with this because I know that you are going to have to deal with it like you do every year. The Monday morning stuff that has nothing to do. For those that are out there that watch the news on a Sunday night but have never stepped foot in the festival site, you need to really come down to the festival.
Absolutely.
So that way you're talking about something and you can actually know what you're talking about. Because everybody, even when I go to work, next day, oh, is that what you Puerto Ricans? What are you talking about exactly? Well, you're the Puerto Rican festival. So what exactly are you related to? Well, I saw the news. Yeah, the news was on Joseph.
Right.
The news was on Hudson.
And you know what's
the
funny?
news was away from the festival. So what are you telling me about the festival?
But you
That's
know
not
what?
the
They
festival.
make it seem like that because I was talking.
No,
to my
the
friend
media does that.
The
The
media
media
because
does
I was
that.
talking to my friend Leticia Estacio. She was on here a few weeks ago. She was running for city court. I was talking to her and I'm like, yeah, they have it on Clinton. She's like, no, it's at Frontier Field. People go down Clinton, they act full afterward, but the festival is somewhere completely.
You know what's
different.
funny? Let me hit you off real quick. I have not gone. I stopped going to the festival for many years. I really did. I just went. It's not because of any reason. I just stopped going. I went back maybe 5-6 years ago, around the time he took over. Victim on one time, and I had a freaking blast. I haven't gone in so long, and I grew up at the festival, Brown Square. Okay, I'm original. I'm from the OG days, and I had such a good time, and I didn't see no problems. And to wake up and see the media problems on Monday morning, it inspired me to write something that even he knows about because we had meetings together. I entitled it "No More Black Eyes." No more black eyes, and that meant no more media black eyes to the Latino community. That then, I emailed it to I worked at Iberra at that time. I hit it out to like 20 people. They forwarded it. They forwarded it. They forwarded it. You want to talk about spamming? They hit it out to so many people. I never got so much of a response back.
Then we started having meetings about
We started having with the Rotary Club. They brought me in. I said, listen, all I did was speak my mind. You have my support. You do what you got to do. I'm just one voice. And I wish it would have carried forward and we would have attacked the media back and let them know, listen, you're not going to use us as a punching bag. As a punching bag, because the East Side Festival, the Park Ave Festival, all these other festivals have just, if not more, freaking violent events going on, but they don't advertise it. They'll just say, I watch the news, they'll say just a couple little incidents here and there. Yeah. But no, when it comes to the Puerto Rican Festival, we're standing over here live, and we got this guy Jose and Chino over here and there. You know, come on, don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. And
hi, I'm black. I know all too well what that's like.
No, I just don't. You know, as a Latino person, and we're vibrant people, and we're very festive, vibrant people, and it just really pissed me off because I was there all 3 days. When I was actually El Burgos, I was one of the judges for the domino tournament, so I was there, and I'm like, what are they talking about? I was here. I didn't see a thing. And I walked around. I didn't see anything going on. If the fight breaks out, it's done like that. Like most people don't even know there's a commotion when it goes on.
Last 2 years we have
nothing.
Not even one
if
fight.
There's a commotion, it's gone. It's gone.
So real quick, just to tie that up, because I don't want to take away from all the positive. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
But definitely, do yourself a favor. August 1st, August 2nd, August 3rd. Come down for a day.
Days, 1st, 2nd,
come
3rd.
down for all three. Enjoy yourselves and really partake in a real good.
Do not believe in the hype.
Opportunity.
Do not believe in that.
There really is no hype because
there's no crap going on. It's a very festive event.
Just like the Greek festival, just like the Italian festival.
Absolutely.
Just like the festival that they do over here on Cornhill.
Yep.
Lilac Festival, Clarissa Street Festival. Come out, have a good time, enjoy yourself.
Eat the food.
Get to experience something a little different than what you're used to, but enjoy yourselves. And
check us out. PRFestival.com.
Oh yeah,
PRFestival.com.
New and improved.
Yes.
You guys revamped it now.
New website.
Hashtag new website.
New website.
Definitely hashtag new website. Want to thank you, Orlando.
Orlando, thank you,
for the
brother.
work that you do.
Thank you.
For the Puerto Rican Festival. Make sure you guys come out next weekend. Beautiful weather, beautiful people, great times. That's what we do. Real
What's
talk.
the forecast?
Forecast 80 and beautiful. I don't know.
80 and beautiful. That's the hope.
Yes.
It goes until like
Once
Wednesday.
again,
Oh!
we are Puerto Rican.
Don't worry about it. Don't
We're
worry about
running
it.
late, and we
Yeah, it was like it goes until like
about
Wednesday.
an
Tim threw up
hour
on the floor.
and a half waiting. So I want to completely apologize. Apologize for taking so long to get you guys on.
Why didn't you tell me?
Gina's leaving.
She's like, I'm leaving, I'm going home, forget them.
Are we good, Mike? Is everybody on? Are we all on?
You're good. You're right back.
Are you gonna hang out if you want, or you gonna leave? You gotta go.
No, I was just gonna tell him that I may not stay for the whole thing because I got my game.
Yeah, that's softball. We got
Gotta
softball.
take tags. He got the back. My back is hurting. Be a little closer to you, boo. All right.
So, right now we have with
this
us
is better for my back.
the president of the parade, Rochester Puerto Rican Day Parade, Gina Cruz.
Hi.
Hi, Gina. And then we also have Media and Communications Director or Relations Chair, Sylvia Gonzalez.
Yes.
So where do I get Mendez from?
That's my main name.
Okay.
Gonzalez is my married. I never switched it over.
Okay. I got it. So I'm like, I see one thing and I'm confused now. But definitely welcome, ladies. And tell us a little bit of what you guys do.
Wait, but you know what I wanted to start? You know, you guys, how you guys ended with this whole, you know, the aftermath. I challenge all those people that are on Clinton and on Hudson and Upon to come down to the parade and show their support. How about that?
When you can actually grab the flags,
Wave up.
you can beat the horn. You can actually pay. How much is it?
Free.
Free to drive? No, to drive.
If to participate,
But
when you
if
know,
they want to participate and beat the horn.
right, you get an application.
$40.
$40. It's nothing, and you could actually beat the horn as much as you want. You could throw loud music, right? Everything, and really show your colors that way. But you know what? They'd rather do it at the comfort of. I don't want to spend no money. I spend $40 on a case of beer.
That's
I
our
don't like
challenge.
doing it, so
Wait, let me understand this. People
got
can
the
pay
challenge.
$40 and be in the parade.
Yeah.
in the parade, have a float.
So if you're like this guy, like I need all the attention in the world,
Right.
cough up the freaking $40.
And get
Exactly.
all of the attention.
All right, I got you. Cool.
So
But you know, last year, just going back to what we were just
my
talking
back
about,
is hurting.
and I do want to keep it positive.
Absolutely.
You know, and I am going to keep it positive. Last year, I took a picture of all the flags and all the pride people showed after the festival.
okay.
Because again, that doesn't happen at the festival, it happens after the festival.
Absolutely.
Okay? We took a picture and the beautiful flags, the way they displayed it, okay? And how they go up and down Clinton, Hudson, Joseph, all those areas. You know how nice that would look on Main Street and
Absolutely.
Plymouth and in front of Frontier? That would look beautiful.
Absolutely.
I mean, when we go to New York, that's the way it is.
Oh yeah, it's blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks.
So for all the people who talk about, you know, Rochester's and this, we don't have that. We can make it that. We can make it that.
And you
Absolutely.
can show, and that will be your key to show the support that yes, this is me, I'm Hispanic, I'm participating, here's my flag, beep, 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 I'm making all the noise, and that's how you do it.
I like how you said Hispanic because it's not just Puerto Ricans that attend. Everybody attends.
No, absolutely.
Everybody attends.
Right. You know, it is
Watch
the
your
Puerto
back.
Rican parade, but we want to make sure that everyone knows that everyone is welcome. We don't
Absolutely.
discriminate.
And that's the
you
same
know?
thing with the festival.
Right.
Festival's not just Puerto Rican. It's called the Puerto Rican, but I see Cubanos, Dominicanos, Colombianos,
African-American.
African American, Blanco, everybody. Everybody comes together and has a good time. So let's talk about the parade, though. So when does the parade take place?
The parade takes place August the 2nd.
Okay, so that's Saturday.
That's Saturday. It's usually the Saturday of the festival.
All right. We're posing.
No, I'm saying talk to the audience.
That's it,
They're over
that's it.
there.
It's
Forget
Saturday.
Orlando taking pictures.
It usually takes place Saturday, the weekend of the festival.
Okay.
Last year was the only year we didn't, but usually it does take place the Saturday of.
Okay.
And it runs from Liberty Parkway on down to Frontier Field.
Now I have a question. When and why did you guys choose to relocate? Because they used to go up and down Clinton.
It used to go down Clinton.
Why and when?
It used to go down Clinton, but it got so big. When Jackie Ortiz took over it, I want to say 2007. it got so big that they had to take it to another location. This year it is our 10th anniversary, and I did try to take it back to Clinton to show our pride and bring all that pride that they have the day after.
At least start in Clinton and end in downtown. That'd be cool. I mean, I like the way that it goes in downtown, but
they won't do it.
Really?
No.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it was just like go like this and it's done, I'm sure you guys would have done it, right?
Mm-hmm. We tried. We put it in there. We actually put in to make it go from where the old Star Market, because I'm so Rochester.
Oh yeah,
The
old
old Star
Rochester,
Market.
right there. That old daycare where is that right now?
Right. We
there.
put it to going from there.
By Ketchum.
And yes,
And,
right there
yeah.
on down to the festival. But nope, it wasn't accepted. It would take a lot of manpower. Honestly, I do understand where they came from.
I understand it as well too.
It would take.
I do.
That's about 40 blocks from where we at right now. Because right now we got about 1,000 people participating this year.
But you know, at least people adjusting and they come to downtown now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, I have not gone to a parade. I actually end up being at the end of the parade for the past. This will be my 5th year. I've been announcing the race.
Mm-hmm.
They keep asking me back. I don't know why. Tito first started like, Rick, would you announce?
We were talking.
But see, I didn't even ask for it. Tito, like, can you announce? I'm like, sure, Tito. I can't say no to. There's many people I can't. There's a lot of people I can't say it. I can't say no to many people. So I'm like, Tito asked me, I'm like, dude, I'll do it, sure. And I didn't know what I was going to like, but they love me so much. I'm doing it. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll keep running with it. As long as I get a shirt, so I can be uniform with the whole thing. I just want a shirt, not because I want something free, but because I can be uniform. But the parade ends and then the race starts.
Right.
So that's cool. I think I like.
Actually, the race stopped.
No, but I remember I could have sworn there was one time that the parade came in and then the race was starting.
No, it's always been that the race ends.
No, because that's the one time when we asked for some congueros to play for us and they couldn't do it because they were doing it for the parade.
Never happens.
Well, maybe
the people that
you want to know what
parade,
happens? I'm going to tell you what happens. During the race, we always have a proclamation. And at the proclamation is probably why you say that, because at the proclamation we had the congueros, and at the proclamation it's from 10 to 11. Yes.
No, the parade didn't happen at the same time as the festival.
At the end.
No, not last year.
What was the day when we see Johnny riding the bike when we walked through?
The year before.
That was a year before.
Let it go.
No, I'm just trying to connect the dots.
I challenge you to be there this year. How about that? I challenge you to be there.
If it's after, listen, Saturday I'm stuck. After the damn race, I gotta be in a dunk tank. So if I could fill my time up in between that and go to the parade, I'll be there.
Real quick, if for anything and for any other reason to come to the festival, he will be on the dunk tank. I will get the hours that he'll be on next Thursday. If there's any other reason, no other reason that you want to come to dunk him.
Bring a bunch of
$1 and you'll be able to dunk him.
No way, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No one's gonna dunk me.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna add some cuchifrito on all of y'all.
Dunk tank is on Saturday and Sunday.
I'm packing y'all's mind right now.
I'll
I'm
be doing
gonna
it
put roots on y'all.
I'll be doing it too. But he'll be a lot more fun to dunk. Trust
Whatever.
me. So the parade is going on Saturday. What time? Can people get there?
The parade starts at 11, exactly at 11, but the proclamation starts around 10.
And I know there's usually like a grand marshal or an honorary person. Do we know who that is?
Yes, this year we have the fortunate Hector Arganzoni. He is our youth advocate grand marshal.
He's our, we know Hector well. That's our boy.
There's a lot of things in the city, so that's.
And he was a youth advocate for many years.
Yo, hashtag and number class for Hector. I love him. Good people, man. Very good people.
And then we also have another youth. Her name is Ruby Melendez.
Okay.
And so this year it's all about the youth. We coordinated it and we talked to Orlando, and he's also incorporated.
You guys ever thought about getting? And I think I mentioned it one time to Orlando. Whatever happened about getting the person who's, one of the bands that's playing on Saturday, one of the main, one of the artistas, to be one of the grand marshals. I mean, that's what they usually do in other parades, is get whoever's performing that night, get them to partake and be the grand marshal. That will bring more people out to the parade, not for nothing.
Well, we would love that, but we'll also have to pay. And remember, again, like Orlando has explained to you earlier, this is all volunteer. We go with our sponsors.
It doesn't hurt to ask, though.
Yes.
I mean, not for nothing. Some artists might take that as a privilege and an honor.
No, they will. I guarantee you they will, and then they'll say, talk to this person and he'll set it up.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask.
That's when that
Who's
person
playing?
fills
Collaborate.
out
Like,
the contract.
who you got on Saturday? Can you ask them if they would love to be our grand marshal for the parade? It doesn't hurt to ask. Fly them in early. That's it.
Well, last year we had Camacho. He was on our float last year, and he was with Mercedes at the Pretty Girl production site. So he did come to our parade last year. So we thank Mercedes for that last year. You know, but this year we have a youth grand marshal. Her name is Ruby Melendez. She's been active in the community for several years, and she's only 17.
That's what
Wow.
17, and she was about 11, 12 years old. She's been in one group after another, one committee after
Making stars
another,
out of the community.
making
That's
things
what's up.
happen. So what do you think about that?
That's what's up. That's amazing.
And I honestly think I appreciate that. I think having maybe a celebrity marshal would be good, but there's nothing better to get than getting your own people from this community.
And not only our own, but our different people.
Yeah.
Because these are different people. Hector Arganzoni, we don't honor Hector that much. And with all the stuff he does, he creates
Hector did some amazing
he
stuff
does
with us
things in the
the
community.
plays.
Yeah. So we got to honor
He
those.
designs a lot of the floats that are going to be present at the parade.
Yes.
So he does a lot of stuff. So we start at 11 o'clock in the morning. Proclamation starts at 10:30 or 10:45?
10 o'clock.
Oh, 10 o'clock. So
10
10 o'clock, proclamation, all the festivities, and then 11 o'clock, everything takes off from Liberty Pole, going west on East Main Street.
All the way down Main Street, and then we turn on State.
Now,
Plymouth.
how do you register if anybody wants to be in a parade? Do you have to register? If so, how? And if it is the charge, what is it?
Yeah. So you go to our website, which is www.rochesterpuertoricanaparade.com, and you just click on where it says participate. The application is right on there, so you just upload it, and it gives you the prices on there. We're very reasonable. You know, the prices are very reasonable. Fill it out, bring it in. We're having a community meeting
Friday,
which means that if you can't download the application from the website, come into 740 Drive-In Park at 6:30.
6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock, and we will have an application for you. We'll have all the information you need right there and then. You don't even have to print the application, because we'll have it for you. And that's how you participate.
And that's tomorrow, Friday.
That'll be tomorrow, yes. Tomorrow at 6:30. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yep.
Am I drinking? You getting drunk? What's
And
going
that was 740 Driving Park?
740 Drive-In.
Is that the Rose Garden?
No, that's actually the
This
Federation of
one.
Social Workers Union. They allow us to have our meetings there.
I was messing with it.
So how much work? We talked to Orlando. We talked about the work that it takes to put together the Puerto Rican Festival. How much work does it take to put together this? Tell us a little bit about the board. Do you guys get paid to do this?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm quitting my job because I'm expecting money.
So what does it take to put this together?
We also have an interview process as well. They send us their resumes. We look at their resumes, and then us as a board, we interview the person who's going to be on the board.
Okay.
And once they leave, we decide whether we want them. And the same thing as the festival. We do not get paid for it. It's all based on sponsors. All our donations come from them, and if we have left over, we carry it on to the following year.
I'm sorry, I showed up a little late. What are your positions now?
Yeah,
I'm the president.
off air.
Well, you done that. I don't put you on the spot like that. You take off every segment, okay?
But I come back knowing exactly what was going on.
George and Martha. He did ask her what her position was.
Yes.
I am the communication and media relations chair.
And I'm the president.
Okay. How long you been in your positions now?
I've been with the Puerto Rican parade for about 7 years.
Wow.
3 years.
Okay, cool. And what's your vision right now? What do you see, if you had it your way, you're still involved, what do you see this long term, 10 years? What do you see it?
New York City. A copy of New York City.
A copy of New York City?
Yes, but in Rochester, New York. Rochester, right here.
What details?
That's right.
What do you mean? Because
Well,
I mean,
you know,
like, you can't really compare that because there's like, what is it, 15 million Puerto Ricans over there, and we got 15,000 over here.
Our Latino community here in Rochester.
It's pretty big.
It
It's pretty
is
big. It's the second biggest in New York State.
It is. And, we've been around. The parade started in 1970.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
So, there is a lot of the older generations that want to keep this going. So why not keep it going and have all these people come out? There's still a lot of people that come at it every year. So I believe that we can make it to where we do have artists, on the parade.
But what different do you just see it as a parade just driving down? What are the things that you can integrate into the
Well,
parade?
one of the things we have integrated this year is our second annual peace event. We hold it at Don Samuel Torres Park in collaboration with the Puerto Rican Festival, and it's right there on Clinton. You can come show your pride, show your flags, but it's all about peace. And we collaborate, pray, and come in unity with all the events that are happening within the next couple of months. So we have the Puerto Rican Festival, the Pride Parade. We have Annette Ramos with the Rochester Theater Company. This year she's doing the City Arts in the park. We also have Mercedes, because she does an event every year around the same time. She comes in and we all gather together in unity. A lot of people think because it's the Puerto Rican parade and the festival and we're separate, we don't get along. We all get along. You know, so we want to show everybody
I'm glad you said that because that is a perception.
That is a perception.
That is a perception.
Actually,
and this is real talk. We're going to talk how we feel.
Real talk.
Because it used to be together years ago. And then whatever happened. And now it's separate entities, but somehow you work together, but you don't. Whatever it is. But it's a beautiful thing that it is still happening, both of them. And I like that.
And real talk, I'm going to be real. For the past, I want to say 6-7 years, we've collaborated with Orlando. We sit down, we talk to Orlando, we give him his
He is very approachable.
Yeah, no, we've sat there, we meet up somewhere, have coffee, and just brainstorm ideas. What should we bring together? You know, it's not like we don't collaborate ideas. We're maybe separate, but we do come together to talk about what's going on.
I remember when I first heard that, I was like, I don't like Scooby-Doo, like, huh? I was like, really? Like, separated?
People don't understand that. People always, you know, when we go
People
out,
don't know that. This is what we're here for.
So when we go out to ask for people's support and for sponsors,
They're thinking they already sponsored it.
I sponsored you.
Yeah.
We get it, but this is the thing. They're pretty busy. You know, they can talk about how busy they are putting the festival together. Imagine if they had to put a parade together. So if you think about it, that's a lot of, we meet throughout the whole year. We don't stop meeting. In September, we're going to start meeting once or twice a month to plan for the next year. So imagine if he had to take on, or if he was doing it. It's a lot of...
How many volunteers do you guys have a year?
We, right now, this year, we have 13.
That's good. Is that good? Or I don't know.
That's good, because what one can't do, the next one can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they have subcommittees, so everyone will bring other people to help on the parade.
So do you guys have a board?
Yes.
How many people are on the board? Are you guys looking for people? I mean, this is the time to maybe ask. Again, we can only have 5 people here, but remember, this is YouTube. You can always repost it.
Right. No, we're always looking for people. We don't turn anybody around.
Okay.
So.
And we're always looking for volunteers, because again, the parade takes a lot. When I say a lot, to have it put together. So the actual day of the parade, that's a lot of people that we got to put in place. There's people who want to come in, sneak into the parade, and we don't want to look back.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got to have security on every corner, police on every corner. We even have youth that come and help us as well.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a community event.
It's a community event. We want to make, and you asked the vision, we want to make our parade just like when you go to the St. Patty's. When you go to St. Patty's, it's a tradition to come to St. Patty's. Well, you should make the Puerto Rican parade a tradition to come. Bring your children, bring your family.
Have you guys ever estimated the number of people that you guys get spectator-wise?
Last year,
I doubt anyone's like, I'm gonna count all these people right here.
I count everybody at the
No.
I know you, so you were like, check.
No, we've never counted, but we do get a pretty good amount. I just say...
Would it be nice to have more people on there?
I would say bring your people, bring your family. You know, we have 1,000 people already.
Have you ever thought about doing it at a later time? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Latino people, Friday night, they out drinking, chilling, to be up that early. You know what I'm saying? Even the one in New York City, I was over there. And that was only because it's a big, huge thing. You got like 1 million people out there or more.
Right, but the same thing with them. They didn't start having it at 3 o'clock. They've always had it at the time. I go faithfully every single year to New York.
Yeah.
Okay?
But
and every year.
I'm just asking. I'm outside the box. I'm only asking. Would it help if it was a little bit later on in the day to bring them into the, maybe, because remember, the festival is a festival, but You don't got numbers in there during the day. You got numbers in there during the late afternoon and the nighttime when people
Actually, you got some numbers during the day. You know, there's a lot of people who do attend the festival during the day. Our crowd
not
goes
compared
right
to numbers
in.
in the late afternoon and nighttime. That's when it gets jam packed. If you can find a way to balance that and find a way to coincide with that, maybe you can get more spectators. I don't know. I'm just.
I think I would say, and that is a good idea, but I would say every parade is during the morning. Why change the tradition?
Well, because Puerto Ricans are lazy. They want to get up. I'm being real. This is real talk.
Lord.
This is real talk. No, let me
We're
tell
on
you,
time.
I wake up hungover every morning when I gotta go announce that race, and I'm looking at Tito now, and I'm like, you lucky I love y'all, cause I got boogers in my eyes, and I gotta be funny right now. I'm like, welcome to the 5th annual, you know. I gotta do that.
Well,
you know?
the same way you have to do that. That's the same way we
I'm
have
responsible.
people do that.
Not every people that want to be festive, they're not. It's a fact. This is real talk. Not everybody's responsible.
Well, the problem is that it takes a lot of work to organize. So if you think about, we have to get everybody that street out like before we blocked off. You know, we have to get and think about it. We have to get a permit from the city. So it's not like we can say at 3 o'clock we're gonna block all the streets. No. So the city has to.
I know weekend downtown's dead.
No, they have to block it. You know, so if imagine doing that at 12 o'clock at noon, trying to block all the streets, trying to get all the floats, all the motorcycles, all the cars.
It's just a thought, but I think it's something you might want to take into consideration. Don't let the city fool you because ain't nothing happening downtown on the weekend.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: anything can happen, okay? But make it a tradition, and I'm reaching out to you. Make it a tradition to have your kids there, your family, and everything every year.
What time does it start again?
10 o'clock for the proclamation, 11 for the parade.
That's not bad.
It's good for us. But the average Latino, they wiping the boogers off at 11, 12 o'clock.
Come with it, bring your flag.
Come with the eye boogers.
Hey,
and bring your flag.
go like this.
Listen, is your grandmama gonna be out drinking?
My grandmother don't drink no more. But she would be out there if it was late. My grandmother's an early person. She just needs a ride there. But she has to ask me for a ride. I'm hungover. I can't do that.
Catch it by somebody else.
Yeah, but and that's it's really when people want to be a part of something, they're going to be a part of it. And you know, like what you were talking to is those people are going to make excuses, and you know what? Stay home.
Let's stop making excuses, and that's the whole thing. Let's stop making excuses.
No, absolutely, I agree.
Okay, the real deal is let's stop making excuses. All right, like we said, on July 30th, we're having a peace event at Don Samuel Torres Park.
At what time?
Come there at 5:30. If it rains, go to the Flambeau Janus Community Room. Let's get together in unity, in unison, and get together and make it happen. Okay? And make it happen.
And what's the website?
The website is www.rochesterpuertoricanparade.com.
Rochester, Puerto Rican Parade.
No, Puerto Rican Parade.
.com. Any last thoughts? Any last words?
I know. You can't even describe what that is. You don't even know.
I just gotta look at you and like, man, whatever.
I challenge everybody.
Then that's your problem.
It's not my problem. I don't have problems. My only problem right now is I gotta spare my time.
Make sure y'all come out, party with us, enjoy the day with us, have a cup of coffee, and just look at the beautiful people celebrating, having a great time. Because every time I go, I love it. I get this little burst of energy, and I get this burst of just pride. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy, even if it only happens once a year.
Yes.
I'm excited.
And I think that's the biggest thing we got to understand. We don't have much that goes on that is positive. So let's make things happen and stick to it, you know, versus always being negative. We always got all this negative talk. Let's make it happen.
Sometimes, you know, it's like, no, come out, enjoy yourself, have a great time. Rochester Puerto Rican Day Parade, August 2nd, 10 a.m.
10th year, right?
10th year.
10th year.
10 a.m. Liberty Tollway. Gina, Sylvia, thank you. I'm sorry it took so long.
No, I'm sorry. I got ladies on stage, and you and
this is the first time we are at number.
We're gonna end that segment, and we're gonna move right into
Smooch and Frogs.
All
right, so I'm not gonna talk about Tinder tonight because we're already running late on time.
But before we run in again this year, I do want to say one thing.
Yes.
This year we'll do the first ever Father Tracy Award, and it's going to go to Ray Mayolis. So be there so you can
I thought
see
you were
it.
giving
as
Father
well.
Tracy. I'm like, no, but Ray deserves
Ray
it.
deserves it.
Ray deserves it.
And again, he's been with the youth
Yo,
for
has
so
anybody
many
given
years.
Father Tracy the word for anything? Just a living away?
The Grand Marshal. Father Tracy was the marshal.
He's
Let
been
him
the
go on
marshal.
the scooter.
And he shows up for He's had plenty
He
of
shows
awards.
up everywhere.
He's had
That's one
plenty of
person
awards.
that can have all the excuses in the world.
He'll be on his
I
dying
have
deathbed.
people
We're like,
that
yo,
have to
take me
marry.
over there.
I have to.
He will be.
You know, he got so many, and he's always there on his little.
Always there.
And he makes it happen regardless.
He's like, Ricardo, my amigo, que tú haces. I like your stories, man. I like your stories. Very good, very good. I'm like, thank you.
So definitely make sure you come out. Ray Mayolis, very deserving individual in our community. Had him on the show as well. It's a beautiful guy. He does his thing, and that's what it is. It's all
What is
about
my award?
You gotta get another 10, 15 years. You can't just get a storytelling.
Entitlement.
You don't have those.
Entitlement.
Man, I got my own awards.
So back to the Smooching Frog segment.
All right. So
I'm gonna
what I want to talk
That way I can come in the dark and still talk shit.
Yeah, it's better with him.
I'd rather be up here with three beautiful ladies anyway. So you actually just did me a favor. The ugly has left the room.
All right, so I want to talk about the sex spreadsheet. So last week on Reddit, a woman posted something that she didn't think would go viral within 24 hours, but it did.
Posted it on social media.
On social
and
media.
didn't think it would go viral.
I can't speak for her level of intellect and her judgment. I can't do that. But what I can say is that the story goes, she was on her way to the airport for a business trip to be gone for 10 days, and she received an email from her husband who told her why he was not going to miss her for the 10 days that she was going to be gone. And when she opened up the attachment, it was a spreadsheet of her rejecting him 25 out of 28 times that he requested sex. And then there was a column with the reason she gave him for rejecting sex. Furthermore, in the email, she went on to say he's never acted like this. We're going through a phase right now. I cook, I clean, I work, I do his laundry. I don't know why he's acting like this. He won't answer my calls. And about at least 4 of the reasons why they weren't having sex were listed on the spreadsheet were that she was at the gym. So, what do you have to say about that? I'm going to open it up to you first.
Honestly, I think that is the craziest thing ever. Bringing those things up, absolutely, yeah. Like if you're my wife, and I'm like, damn, I'm not having sex with no one else, obviously. So I would think that we could have that conversation face to face together, not me send you a spreadsheet. Like that to me is the worst form of communication that you can have. That's almost like right now, us doing this, or let's say we go out on a date and we're eating, and I'm like, so how you doing? And then you text me back, I'm doing pretty good, just sitting here across from you. Like, how much sense would that make? So,
or we Facebook it.
Or Facebook it. That's to me is it really shows that their marriage is not really on firm ground, where they can't even communicate like that. But at the same time, as a man that has been married, that sucks, because you make a commitment to one woman, and the one woman is making up excuses like that. So, would we have the conversation? Oh, absolutely. We would have the conversation. I'll sit you down and say, look, I understood that last week you were tired. Some of her excuses were too drunk, or he was too drunk. Right? That was another one on the spreadsheet. Was alcohol had to play in there, the gym and all that. I was like, look, you know what? We need to Friday night. Here's a dress I'm picking out for you. I already booked us at a restaurant. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna come back home. I actually even have to tell you we're gonna come back home and have sex. That's a given. But I'm gonna make it so that that's the case. Versus, hey, honey, I'm home. Let's have sex. Wait a minute, I'm just getting home.
How many guys do that? Exactly. And my thing was, she cooks, she cleans, she does his laundry, and she works. And
so
then,
let me ask you something. Why didn't she create her own spreadsheet?
Okay. That the response to his spreadsheet would have been a spreadsheet. You were too lazy to cook your own dinner when I got home from the gym. That's why we didn't have sex. You're too lazy to do your own laundry. You don't help me around the house.
Last time you only lasted 45 seconds.
Sir.
Oh my God.
You went too wrong.
First of all, Julio, I'm with you. I mean, what happens at home is private.
Yes.
Okay? Have a conversation. I think social media has become such a big thing now. I think it's overrated. Okay? We put too much of our personal business on social media. Okay? Stop putting your personal business on social media, especially when it pertains to you and your husband. You and your husband are one. So you shouldn't be putting your information on social media. Okay?
I agree, but you know what? Here's the thing. What I saw in the comments for the forums where this came up was a lot of people attacking the woman. A lot of people attacking the woman. And I have issues with that for a lot of different reasons. Without
attacking the woman for posting it or attacking the woman for not giving the sex?
Both.
Oh, that's crazy.
Both. And there were other women who were doing it. And my thing is, what the husband did was passive aggressive. No, she shouldn't have posted that. She absolutely shouldn't have posted it. But at the same time,
we started talking about 2 weeks ago.
she shouldn't have posted it. But what he did was passive aggressive. And from what people were saying, we're still in a mindset where you blame the woman. Something happens, and the first thing you do is attack her for whatever reason. But what about the actions that he's taking? Because to me, it's very clear that, like you said, there's not a lot of cohesion, communication in that marriage, and he took a punk-ass way out. He really did.
That was about as punk as you can get.
And didn't answer the phone after he sent the email. Didn't communicate with her, didn't talk to her for the whole night after that.
Wow. So... yeah, I mean, and that's just something where, like I said, but it happens. I think it happens in marriages where things become routine. There's no longer that, to me, the perfect ideal marriage was I'm going to do today, 5, 10, 15 years later, what I did to get you the first day.
Exactly, because keeping it real, if I come home from the gym and I've had a long day at work and my house is clean and my dinner is cooked and you have a bath, so I don't have the bath drawn, so I don't have an excuse to say I'm dirty, honey, before we even reach the bedroom, I'm open. It's done. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. That is foreplay. That is foreplay, gentlemen. It's not all about this saying, you want to have sex with me? That's not foreplay.
Hey, listen, take the number. That line goes around the corner.
What, from this hand and this hand?
But it's always that misconception that we should keep it interesting.
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I hear that a lot.
That's the expectation.
I met him, nice
Women
guy.
are the ones that are supposed to keep it interesting.
Make sure your hair is good.
Don't let yourself go.
But it's like, meanwhile, you're sitting at home drinking beer and your belly is like growing every day.
Tribute to
And I'm looking at you like, wait,
I'm working on this. I'm working on this plan.
yours is okay. But it's right.
His sister is
They have
live
this
here.
assumption that we are supposed to be the one keeping it.
That's how it's ending.
Right.
And it's not, and that's the thing that I think not all men have gotten to that point. It takes a lot of stumbling. For that, I know me personally, I've gotten to that point in my life. It took me 39 years. Well, not 39 exactly, because I didn't start that young. But you get to a point where you're
39?
like, it's not only, you're right there.
No, I'm 25.
I'm 21.
I'm
November,
25.
He'll be with November 7th.
Damn. You gonna put me on public like that?
He's a Scorpio.
39. So,
He's one of those that they mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he's like number 2 on the list to kill somebody.
I'll say this as a man, though. As a man, I'll say this. If I'm bringing that much to the table, I want that much to be brought to the table. I'm not saying it always has to be 50-50. Because really in a marriage, it should be 100 all the time.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this, is if I'm going through all of that, I'm doing all of that, and then the woman is just like, nah, I'm not going to put her on blast by putting together a spreadsheet, but I'm going to put her on blast by saying, you know what, this ain't working out.
But are you going to put it on social media?
No, I don't post.
That's the whole big thing. That's the big thing.
I went through an entire divorce, and not one post had to do with anything that had to do with that divorce.
That's right.
Nothing. And
Same here.
Nothing. Not like people to this day still come up to me, like, "Oh, how's your wife doing?" Like that's how serious it is. I don't post. The only thing I post is positive. If it's not going to help you, I'm not posting it on Facebook. That's not what Facebook is for.
Well, she did a challenge earlier. I'm gonna do a challenge, and I spoke to her earlier about this. I think as parents, we need to start teaching our kids how to date.
Yes.
Okay, and how to become gentlewomen.
You know what the problem with that is?
And gentlewomen.
You know what the problem with that is?
Women
You got kids raising kids.
Well, I was a kid raising a kid, and my young man still became a young man. He opens the door for...
And you're one of the very rare.
But that doesn't mean it can't happen.
No, absolutely not.
Okay? It's all what we teach. If we continue to teach it, it's going to keep going from generation to generation. Let's break the generation.
Well, my son, I've always taught him, even when he was little, you're the last one to get in. He opens the door for his sisters and everything. I go, why do you do that? He goes, because ladies first.
That's right.
Always taught him that.
All right.
And that's something that if you're the type of parent that's like that, your kids see that. I talk to my daughter now all the time. My daughter's 19 years old. And when I talk to my daughter, we talk real talk since she was little and didn't understand what the hell we were talking about. We've been talking real talk.
Same thing with my oldest.
I've been starting from before she was like, Google Gaga. No, let me tell you, when you get to this age, if you do this,
I was doing the same
and
thing.
she's looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about?
Like, dude, don't rush me.
Enough to know, if they're old enough to ask, they're old enough to know. So teach them.
But
I'm hitting them all before they even know.
Now at 19, she always reminds me like, Dad, you know what, I'm glad the way you, because I'm just like you. And when it comes down to certain situations, I already know what's going to happen before it even happens.
Well, here, I got another one for you. Okay, one more, because this is real talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay, women, stop lowering your standards.
Thank
okay? If that's
If
the
not,
way,
at least raise them.
hey, no. The minute, you said real talk.
No, it is real
but
talk.
the minute we want somebody to open the door, be a gentleman, we're called too high maintenance. Okay? Too high maintenance.
I'm not saying you.
I'm not saying you.
When we want somebody, when we say we want you to no, whenever we say we want a man to court us, we are too high maintenance. When we say we demand respect, we are too high maintenance. When we say we work hard, we know how to bring home the bacon and cook it up in the pan. You need to bring something to the table. We are too high maintenance.
Let me put this out there, Ronnie. I don't think that you're high maintenance. I do that to mess with you.
We're not talking about her.
No. This is something about over here. I'm messing with her. I mess with her every other week. I mess with her. And you know what? I'm glad she has these standards because I like her. She's good people. I got to know her over 2-3 months now.
Yes,
I have nothing but the utmost respect for her. I would love to one day be invited to her wedding where we both be like, yo, she got a good man right there. She got a good man. And there's a difference between having high maintenance, having high standards and being high maintenance.
That's right.
High maintenance is, I'm looking for a man that can buy me things.
Okay.
I didn't mean that with you. I was teasing you, messing with you. But you have high standards. That's good. You should have that. We should all have that.
That's right.
Yes.
Another reason you can put on your list why you like
Number 3, I ain't tag. You racking them up.
I told you, I play the asshole, but I'm not.
High maintenance.
Hashtag high standard.
High standard.
I tell you right now, though, I'm crashing that wedding. We crashing that wedding.
I'm
messing up the cake. I'm
crashing
I'm catching the bouquet and the Dangaro.
I'm catching the bouquet.
No, I'm catching it for you. I'm catching everything.
I'm gonna get the garter bell. I'm gonna get the garter bell. We're gonna change it around. I'm gonna get the garter bell.
When it comes back to a relationship, communication is key. And if that husband and wife, if he had to get to the third time, so this is him. I'm picturing him like this, in front of a computer, and he's updating the spreadsheet. So now it's number 1.
Wait. Before you go number 1, put number 1 God first. Okay?
No.
Honestly, God go first.
Hit her off my rules.
Okay?
Hit her off my rules, girl.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Spreadsheet.
Hold on.
No, you gonna have to do it.
No, those are my rules. Tell them my 5 rules of love.
I can't recite them verbatim.
These are my 5 rules of love.
What are your
Again,
5
I'll
rules?
recite them again. Number 1, first and only thing you should ever love, first only thin person, whatever you call it, is God. Number 2 is you, because if you can't love yourself, you can't love no one else.
That's right.
Number 3 is your children, because again, if you can't love yourself, you can't love your children. Number 4 is your family. Again, that falls in line. Number 5, and friends and family, but family. Number 5 is your other half.
That's right. But when you get married,
she's still number 5, unless she has my kids. But honestly, straight up and down, I'm gonna ask you a question. If your kid and your husband both needed a kidney and you can only give it to one of them, who would you give it to?
my kid.
Exactly. That's why
Because
she's number.
I'm a mother
Your kid's
first.
number 4, and that's why he's number 5.
I'm a mother first.
All right.
Yes,
You
I
always
am.
put your kids before
But
your other half.
I've always been a mother first. You know.
No doubt, but that's the parent in us.
That's right.
We're all parents here. We are.
So
right?
Yes.
Okay. So.
And I love your 5 reasons. 5
My
reasons.
5 lessons of love.
Five lessons.
5 rules of love.
5 rules of love. Okay, I like that.
Which is smart, and I think it works. But what I was talking about was the spreadsheet. What I was talking about was not referring to anything else because God has got to be first. But what I was talking about, what I was talking about was a spreadsheet that he actually physically thought to put the first post, and then the second. It got to 28, right?
28.
Because he had it on a spreadsheet that 25 out of 28 times he didn't get nothing. Wow. And he had it on a spreadsheet. So my thought is this: if I got to the second time, the third time that I posted that, and I haven't talked to my significant other about it, that's a problem. That's a communication issue. And you know what? That spreadsheet didn't matter. Regardless, that marriage is probably doomed unless they figure out
how to communicate.
And if they don't communicate,
versus email and social media. So let me run this by you because I do want your opinion.
I want your opinion.
Woman posts on social media.
I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm gonna work with it. Go ahead.
She's on her way to the airport to go on a work trip for 10 days. Her husband, woman, just a woman.
Well, just woman. Her name is Woman.
Her name is Woman.
What name is Sil?
Her husband emails her and tells her he's not going to miss her while she's gone. And there attached is a spreadsheet where out of 28 times that he asked her for sex, she denied him 25 times. He tracked it.
Wait, she denied him?
Yes. And her reasons each time for denying him. She goes on in her post on social media to say they're going through a phase right now because she's working, she cleans for him, she cooks for him, she does his laundry, and maybe 3 or 4 times on the spreadsheet, she denied him because she had come home from the gym. So she's trying to keep her body up, she's trying to have a career, she's cleaning her house.
I respect that. But I had a problem with my kid's mother when we had our first kid. She was a new mother. She was overwhelmed, trying to take care of our daughter, so on and so forth. I understood that, but at the same time, a man has his needs, and so does a woman. I'm like, listen, if you're, this is real talk.
Real talk.
If you don't take care of your man, someone else will. Straight up and down. And the same thing goes back forth. If you don't take care of your woman, another dude will. And straight up, and that's real. And you know what? Ronnie, you can talk all you want. You could be that good woman. I'm not going to go nowhere. We're going to work this out, whatever. But everybody has their breaking point. I don't care who you are. Everyone has their breaking point. You can wait 2, 3, 5 years without nothing, have the most miserable relationship. Always going to take that little Romeo guy. How you doing? How you doing? You look.
But here's the thing.
For real.
Hold on. Let me say this, though. So if she's cooking for him and cleaning for him and has her career and doing all that, why can't he pitch in and do some of that?
He's doing that. If he's doing that too, what's the problem with him not having his intimate?
But he's
attention?
not. That was the whole thing.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man and a woman, both providing for the house, doing their chores, whatever, and the man not getting his or the woman not getting theirs. I mean, something's going on. And let me tell you, sex is not the most important thing, but it is very important. Very important.
Sex is important, but you have to understand men and women are wired differently because people have this misconception that women are not sexual beings. No, you just approach it differently with a woman. So
we're not talking about approaching. We're talking about a relationship now. People that have been together for a long time.
We're talking about in a relationship.
All right.
Like Julio said, he would take her out on a date.
That's the right thing to do. Let me see what I can do to spark this thing back up.
Exactly.
Now, if that don't work, what do you do?
If that doesn't work, well, then there is a good chance there may be a problem.
That's what I'm talking about. Now,
however,
if you
there's no
a good man will be like, you know what? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm messing up. Let me see what I can do to spark this up. Let me take her out on a cruise. Let me take her on a vacation. Let me take her out to dinner. Let me buy toys. Let me do something here. And if that don't work, then you got to scratch your head and be like, she don't want me no more. She don't love me. She has no intimate relation. She doesn't feel me no more. And now you're going to sit around. You're not going to leave right away. You're going to sit around and ponder. Now your life is like, your days are like, you're going to work like, you're coming home like, doing your thing, your average day. Then it's going to come this one girl at Walmart line or at work or somewhere that's going to put that little smile on your face. And that's what happens. And that's real talk.
And that is true. I can see what you're saying. But per what she put on the post, this came out of the blue. She wasn't aware prior to that. The communication didn't take place.
Yeah, it's a communication.
Maybe he didn't communicate it right.
Communication thing. And now I can say this, now, my older, wiser, not that much smarter years, is that I will not sit in a relationship, a marriage, to get to that point. The minute that I'm like, you know what, there's nothing here. If it's a marriage, it's a little bit different. We've got kids, it's more. But you know what? It's not
at our
working
age,
out.
we do that.
It's not working
at
out.
our age, we do that. I'm not going to lie. When I feel like...
Life is too precious. Life life is too precious to sit there and be miserable with someone.
To cheat on somebody.
Me, I'm like, when I'm not happy, listen, the number one thing I work on right now, straight up and down, because I'm number 2, is this. I work on my dimples. I work hard on these dimples. I don't work on the gym. I don't work in the gym, but I work on the smile, man. If I can't wake up every day and be happy with myself,
that's right.
I can't make nobody else happy. So if the relationship somehow, some way went this way or that way, it is what it is. I appreciate the time I had with you, but I'm not smiling no more.
I thought
so
you
I
worked
gotta
on
go.
your hair, though.
Nah, my hair is good.
And that's real talk.
Real talk.
So what parting words do you have on the spreadsheet?
The parting words that I have on the spreadsheet is communicate in your relationship, but also you can't. I think that we have to get out of the cycle of expecting women to do all of the work in a relationship. You have to understand that women bring a lot to the table. Men can take the burden off of that too. And don't post on good man. Don't post on social media. Don't post your
Oh hell no! Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put your. Listen, social media is not to be. It's not problem, intimate problem. It's not life media. It's social media. Be social about it.
One thing that gets me to go,
right?
One thing that gets me to go is one of my pet peeves, and I never did it when I was married, and I don't have anything against people that do that. But if we're in a relationship, we're happily married, I really love you, let me update my status. Oh my God.
It's complicated?
Gina is the most beautiful person, and I just love her so much, and I think she's the most wonderful person, and I want everybody on Facebook to know, but I probably never even told Gina. And that kills me because I have friends. That I know.
But people feel like, women be like, oh, he made it public. Oh, he loves me.
And they're fighting. But then when you see on Facebook, oh my God, my man takes care of me, and he does. I was just at your house. You just yelled at him because he hasn't done the dishes and hasn't done nothing but for Facebook.
Called him a lazy bastard. They got selfies. They got
you know what's funny? I've been noticing lately, people been posting up their other halves for their birthdays, and I didn't even know they had another half. Wow. Because they don't have a relationship status, and I know they have a kid together, and now they're posting things like, I want to say happy birthday to my boo. I love we've been together for 7 years. And like, really? Really? You want to post them now? You want to post them now? You want to post her now? Y'all been together all these years?
Hold on. I got one more and then I'm done. When you meet somebody and they talking about, oh, they got a friend, oh, my friend so-and-so, my friend so-and-so. Then later on in the conversation, that friend turns into their man, and then you do go on Facebook, I don't see a picture of him not nowhere. Ooh, you a booty call.
Listen, either keep it private.
Try to claim that.
Well, make it happen.
That goes the other way around too. Like, what's the point if I'm going to post a picture with my significant other, but then you see me out by myself?
All the time.
What's the point?
Absolutely.
It goes both ways.
Like, again, that's why I say that, because these are people that I see out, and I'm like, I thought you were gay or something. Or I thought you were lesbian. You got a man, you got a woman. Like, I never knew you had somebody.
Wait, so they're like, what's the single lady? And I'm up here like, yeah. You're like on Facebook, like, wait a minute,
she doesn't have nobody. Now you're scrolling through. Hold on. She gotta have some picture of him with him somewhere. Somewhere, like none. You got 4 kids with this fucking dude, and there's not one picture with him. And now you want to do a birthday shout out, like really right here, like right here.
I'd rather have no pictures of me and my boyfriend on Facebook, but have him by my side in any event that I do.
Yeah, right.
That me personally.
Yeah,
no doubt, and that's respectable. Your man or significant other may not want to be out there like that. It's cool on the little occasions, holidays, Christmas, birthdays, whatever. Post a little picture of him. He or she may not like that social media stuff. They're not into it. Respect that. But when you go out, at least you know who they are. I know who they are. And there's those people that I know they're together, been together for a long time, and I know, obviously, without knowing and talking to them, one of them don't like social media, but this one wants to celebrate their time together, so you respect that. And Rochester's small.
That's what I was going to say.
Rochester's small.
We all know each other.
Everybody knows everybody here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
You can't get away from nothing over here. Listen, I know you. Hashtag whip that ass.
So hashtag I know you.
So on that note, shouts out to Romeo for sitting through and watching us this whole entire time.
Word, Rome?
My dude, thanks for watching.
Yankees,
everybody
baby.
out there, we'll continue this on Next
Shout out to
week
Alizé
with
too.
us,
She's been watching.
But we'll continue our conversation because we're going to get to Tinder.
Yes.
Because I'm on ChristianMingle.com myself.
I did Christian
But,
Mingle.
no, I haven't done none of them. I haven't done none of them.
I did Christian Mingle.
I've never been on a dating
I wasn't
site.
impressed.
I've never
So
been.
we'll talk
I
about
did,
it.
My dating
the
sites.
fishy one,
My dating
Plenty of
sites
Fish.
are inboxes. I did inboxes.
That was garbage.
And I don't like that.
And I did it just
So-
to be nosy, really.
So, Road Talk 360.
Oh, we're gonna hit that up.
We're gonna have some fun. Join us next week. Catch this show replayed on Udicci.TV, on YouTube. Shouts out to Lexington Federal Credit Union, Rahema,
Chuck,
Real Talk 360,
Tim, and
Goodbye,
Mike. Big
Goodbye,
Mike. Big Mike.
We'll be broadcasting from Detroit sooner than later.
Yeah, you
so
better.
be on the lookout for that.
Now we're in trouble.
We're gonna wear bulletproof vests when we do it. But
He's gonna come back
be
with a
there.
lot of land. I don't know what to do with it.
So definitely thank you. Thank you for coming out. God bless you guys.
Good
And
night.
Good night.
You already know.
Listen, plenty of fish.
Oh, thank you to you guys.
Plenty of fish, I heard. Oh, big shout
Plenty
out
of
to
fish.
you
I
guys.
tried it a couple years